to Kerry's Cards. Thanks for joining me for this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make a card. I don't actually know what the name of it is. One of my lovely ladies called it a coffin card. I don't think it's quite called a coffin card. I'm going to call it just a 3D type card that you can add your own little interpretation to. So the first one I made was for one of our workshops, which is I did last weekend. And it comes with a lovely little belly band. You might be able to see there that it's a sort of a concertina effect. But when you slide that off and then you open it up, it gives you this lovely little box type effect card. Can you see? And it folds all the way down. So that's one. And a little belly band on that one. We added some extra, I can say ingredients, but toppers to it. Can focus, there we go. This is another example using the same papers but slightly different effect. You might be able to see the gold glittery type effect on there for the gold paper. And then if we slide that off, that belly band off I made, and then we open up this one, and again it's got the same principle inside. So a little box. Now we can actually put a gift card in there if you wanted to, a little wallet, and slide a gift card in. That's that one. And then the last one I'm going to show you now is using Mellow Mambo and Pretty in Pink papers. Exactly the same principle again, but this time I've used different greeting inside and it's nice and bright and colourful. Okay, so let's get crafting. All the information you need will be in the box, underneath in the more information when we get there. But essentially what you'll need for this card is just one piece of A4 card paper. And we use pretty much every piece of this A4 card apart from a little bit of a strip. No, actually we do use all of this card. And then this is just a little bit left over of designer series paper. You can see the gold on there. We're going to need a little bit for some strips. 5 bits. In this example here, I've used some vanilla card, so you just really need some designer series paper for these 2 bits here, so you don't need a great deal. But you could actually put designer series paper inside, like I have done on this one. Okay, so the measurements you need. So taking our piece of A4 card, we're going to need to cut it out. So we're going to use the whole width of the card, which is 8 1/4 approximately, but I want 10 inches in length. So if I cut that at 10 inches, and then this piece here we're going to keep for the belly band that you saw me take off. Now I'm going to fold this down, again the arm down, and we're going to come and do some scoring. So on the short edge now, on the 8 1/4 section, we're going to score at 1 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to turn it round and score 1 1/2 inches on the other side. Then we are going to, on the long side now, we're going to score at 2 inches. 3 1/2 inches, 6 1/2 inches, just leave the line there, and 8 inches. Then we're also going to score, so this is 10 inches here, we need to know the halfway mark of the card. So I'm going to just use my scorer here to create 2 little marks so I can see where the 5-inch mark line is. Can you see that one? Ooh, where are we there? Get back into focus. There, can you see the little score lines we've got there? So there and there. And the reason we've got those is we're going to then use our scoring tool. That's mine there. Just trying to see where I've hidden my silicone mat. Get my silicone mat out and then take a ruler, and we're we're going to score from the corners to the 5-inch mark. I'll hold this up to the camera in a minute so you can see. Let's do both sides, there to there, and there to there. And what this is creating our little V shape that we're going to make into this fold bit here. You see the fold bit there? So we're just creating the score lines to make that bendy bit there. So from here, we need to get our scissors and we're going to cut some corners off, or cut some areas off. So I'm going to cut along this one here all the way down to the second score line. And do the same on the other side. And then turn it around and do exactly the same on this side. A bit wonky. And then I'm going to cut off these edges here, because we don't need these bits. And this one. And this one. So me being me, I'll keep those and use them for something else at another time. But now, what we'll do now is I'll get my bowl holder and we'll fold it and make sure all of our sections here are nice and neatly folded. Now, what's happened is we'll bend our box, and I want the sort of mountain fold and a valley fold, mountain fold. So when they lie together like that, it should be a really nice tight, you see there, nice tight line. I'm going to turn it over. Let's do that there. So that's our middle bit, and then let's make the bit inside. And then because it's a folding box as well, so it's moving parts, you want to make sure that all your score lines are really nice and solid. That one looks like that. We'll do the same here. So that's our score lines all done. Now, the way I make myself really happy with which way I'm going to stick it, when I first designed the box, or this card, I had the insides going in that way, but I felt that you could see those. So now I changed it and I make them so they go on the outside of the card. But what that means is if our lines aren't quite straight enough, we need to, it could be overlapping. Take a little slither off the top of each of these corners here. And do the same on the outsides here. Hopefully, when we come to put it all together, then the other thing I do is I make sure that I make my points aiming inwards. Then I know now that I need to put glue on this one, this one, this one, and here. So that when I come to stick it all together, it all works fine. And it holds itself in place. So I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to put them on all four corners. Now, you could use double-sided tape, but then I like to use, as I've said many times, I like to use the wet glue because it slightly helps it move. And then when I open that up and bring that over, you can then hold it and fold, hold and fold. And you want to make a nice neat edge there. And do the same on that side. And hold it in place a little bit. Turn it round and do the same on the other side. And on that side as well. Now the beauty of this is because if you've done all your score lines nicely, you should then be able to all the way down and flatten it, and then you can use your bone folder again, and that is then helping to hold and press the glue in place, because the glue corners are here and here and there and there. You can see them on the camera. And just leave that for a bit. So whilst that's drying off a little bit, get rid of all our little bits from there. I'm going to get our designer series paper that we had. Our measurements that we need for the here and here are I know it needs to be 5, and I want my pattern. You could do that side, but I'm not. I'm going to do the bell side. So I want that, because of the design of the pattern, to be going upwards. So I need, this is my highest part, so I need this bit here to be 5 inches. I'm hoping I should have enough. So 5 inches there, and then 2 1 3/4 cuts. Now what I might do, upside down, 1 3/4 and 1 3/4. Now what I've done there, I've got those 2 pieces there. I left this bit here because I want to cut this bell out, because I'm going to use this bell to go on the inside. Now the inside piece is 5 inches by 2 3/4. That's quite nice, a bit too small. But we could utilise that on the inside of the box, looking at the pattern. There. So you wouldn't really notice the big greens on the other side. So let's pop that there. But for now, we'll just concentrate on these. I'm going to pop them on the section of the card, the front bit. Ooh, that's one. And this is the second one. So that is our front of our card, which is quite pretty because the way we cut it, so the pattern follows through, so it looks like one piece. And then taking our belly band, whilst we're waiting for that bit to dry a little bit, we can make our belly band here. And I haven't given, there isn't a lot of wiggle room in this, I'll be quite honest with you. So I sort of line it up centered to the card as best I can. Then I'm turning it upside down. And then I'm bending this side and this side in. I'm not actually going to score it because I don't want it to be too sharp. And then just give it a gentle rub with your bone folder, and you have the smallest of overlap. There, can you see the tiniest of overlap there, but it's just enough for a little bit of wet glue. What I do is put that little bit of wet glue on there, and then I fold it over and hold it. And if there's too much, I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. Okay, so that's our side, and then we'll just hold that in place for a little bit while that's set. That gives us then our little belly band on the front, and then it should slide up and down. The more you do it, the easier it gets, because the card will stretch just a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Now we've got 2 options here, using whatever last piece of designer series paper you've got. I've still got a few bits here that I can. I know I need something that's just by 1.5 inches, so I'm going to use this just to show you how I can make the most out of any piece of DSP paper. There's that off, and I said I needed it to be 1.5 inches, so I'm going to go there to there, just about right. And I think that's 4 inches. I need it to be 3 3/4. That's that bit. Now this little piece that we've got here, I put the glue on there and pop it down on that. Makes a lovely little band. Opposite side. And then the piece I got some bells on there. I've got a bell on this one. And I've got a lovely little piece of what do we call that? Mistletoe. I'm going to freehand and fussy cut that one out, because I think that would look lovely as part of the decoration on the belly band. I've gone quiet now because I go quiet when I'm concentrating on cutting. I can't talk and cut at the same time. I'm not doing too badly. And when I fussy cut, I normally leave a little bit of white edge around. So I've fussy cut this one out. I'm just wondering whether some of the dies will fit this, that go with this stamp set or this paper. I'll have a look because I've got them right next to me. So that's one of them. I think it probably will, but I'm just going to carry on and cut the bell out. There we go, let's cut this out. Almost done, almost done. Finishing cutting this one out, got the bell there done. And then I'm going to just see if these cut and emboss dies, so this golden greenery dies it's called, would fit that piece of, no, it's a slightly different pattern, so it wouldn't, so I am right in cutting that out, but some of the papers it does marry up with the bells and the mistletoe for you. Let's get rid of that one. And I'm going to cut this bell out as well. Not far off, so that's the bell. Could maybe cut out some more of that, but for now I'll just leave it as that. Put those to one side, and we can have here a really nice, oh, let's go, should we go for a punch? Let's go for this punch here. We'll do that in some nice vanilla card, or white. Should we do white? We'll do white because the background is all white. Let's get rid of my, oh actually we need some paper for the inside, don't we? We haven't done that bit yet. So let's open that back up. That looks like it might be just the right size to go in there. Okay, so the inside we need it to be 5 inches, excuse me, 5 inches by 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And what I'll do is I'll just give that a little bit of a decoration whilst we're here with my stamp set that matches. And we'll go get some paper here before I start stamping on this, because I'm going to stamp off my image. Okay, so I'm actually doing something slightly backwards here because I've gone to put my video together and I realised that it stopped recording just as we got to cutting out the bits to make our card. So this was my end scene. So this is like the outtakes. So these are the cards we showed you earlier, and this is the one we were working on. And you can see this is the belly band, and I cut out what I was talking about. I actually cut out and fussy cut the mistletoe and the bells. And we were just about to make the inside of the card, and this is what the inside looked like. So I stamped the image on the inside using the golden greenery stamp set that we've got there, and the bell, gold bell, I cut out the paper, and then I used the wording from the Greetings of the Season stamp set from in the new online exclusives, for want of a better word. So that should give you an idea of the size that you can see there. So going backwards, this is our final card that we made. So if you would like any more questions, if you've got any questions or anything like that, then do come back to me, and I will happy crafting and enjoy what you make. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and join me later for another video. Many thanks, bye bye.